Zoey's story starts with conflict. From a young age, she felt unsure about where she belonged, not just at home, but everywhere else too. Living in America as a Korean-American child made her feel out of place. Around Korean kids, she felt too American, and around American kids, she felt too Korean. This constant mismatch made her feel like she had to adjust herself all the time instead of living naturally. That habit followed her into her home life. Zoey grew up surrounded by constant arguments between her parents. She was often moved back and forth between them, never staying in one place long enough to feel safe. Over time, she learned to act differently depending on which parent she was with. She was not trying to lie or manipulate anyone. She was simply afraid that being honest about her feelings would make things worse. As she got older, this pressure turned into a deeper identity problem. She felt like she was living multiple versions of herself, one for her parents and one she kept hidden. This is why the lyrics in Golden feel so personal. Many people think the song is only about cultural identity, but it also reflects her divided life. She was always performing, always adjusting, and never fully allowed to be herself. The movie quietly supports this idea through small visual clues. In one scene, Zoey is pulled in opposite directions by her parents. At the same moment, she drops a magazine featuring the Sunlight Sisters. It seems like a small detail, but in animation, details are never random. Her notebook makes this even clearer. Zoey fills it with drawings of demons, writes about pain, and switches between English and Korean again and again. It feels like she is trying to remember something important, but cannot fully reach it. Her attachment to the Sunlight Sisters is also unusual. She carries their photos with her constantly, not like a fan, but like someone holding onto a memory. Another clue lies in her appearance. Zoey's hairstyle, with two buns, closely resembles the third Sunlight sister. This raises an important possibility. Zoey's mother may have been the lost third sister. If this is true, then the family conflict was not just about arguments or divorce. Her mother may have been hiding a supernatural past, living with secrets like nightmares, sudden fear, and memories she could never explain would slowly break any family. Her move to America and her decision to stay quiet about her Korean roots begin to make sense. This was not a normal family problem. It was the pressure of hiding something powerful and dangerous. Zoey's emotional state also connects to a Korean belief called Shinyeong. It is a spiritual condition that often affects the children of shamans who abandon their calling. These children feel lost and disconnected without understanding why. Zoey fits this description closely, trapped between two worlds and unsure of who she truly is. This also explains why Celine finding Zoey was not a coincidence. Among millions of people in California, Zoey was chosen for a reason. Celine already knew who she was, the daughter of her former teammate. Zoey's mother believed running away would protect her, but avoiding destiny only delayed it. In the end, Zoey spent her entire childhood searching for answers without knowing it. Everything she wrote, drew, and felt was connected to the secret her mother tried so hard to hide. Now let's talk about Mira. Her story isn't just about being different or facing consequences. It's about demon blood, a hidden family secret, and one moment so devastating that it reshaped her entire life. When these pieces connect, the way you see Mira completely changes. One of the strongest clues comes from her behavior rather than her words. Mira keeps people at a distance, and that shows clearly in how she fights. She uses a waldo, a weapon almost 6 feet long with a sharp tip. Weapons like that are designed to keep enemies far away. This isn't just strategy, it reflects fear. Mira avoids close contact because getting too close risks losing control or triggering memories she has buried deep inside. Her appearance reinforces this idea. Mira's hair is a bright pinkish red, completely different from the rest of her family, who all have black hair. Many assume it's a personal choice or an act of rebellion, but it may not be a choice at all. That color looks less like style and more like a sign. Demon blood revealing itself through her body, exposing a truth her mind refuses to accept. The family photos make this even clearer. In those pictures, everyone else's face is blurred, while Mira's remains clear. At first, it looks like a symbol of emotional distance. But the reality is harsher. Mira avoids looking at their faces because seeing them forces her to remember something painful. When she feels angry, their faces become clearer, because anger is easier for her mind to handle than the truth. Whatever happened was so severe that her memory shut it away to protect her. This emotional damage becomes obvious when the healer Han looks at her. He can sense emotions instantly. With Rumi, he feels strong mental barriers. With Zoey, he sees someone constantly trying to please others. But with Mira, there's nothing. No emotion, no resistance, just emptiness. The sight unsettles him so deeply that he steps back. This isn't power or confidence. It's the result of a mind that has locked itself completely, beyond even magical reach. Even Mira's lyrics quietly reveal this pain. When she says, "Called problem child, 'cause I got too wild," it isn't self-confidence or rebellion. It's the result of being labeled and forced into a role she never chose. That line carries frustration, not pride, shaped by something she couldn't explain or defend herself against. All of this leads to one conclusion. Mira isn't empty by nature. She became this way because something was taken from her on a day her mind refuses to remember. Every detail, her emotions, her appearance, her fighting style, and her music points back to the same hidden truth she's been running from her entire life. Rumi's life struggle started. From a very young age, she learned that a part of herself had to be hidden. Rumi was born half-demon, marked with demon symbols on her body. These marks were not something she chose. She was born with them, and she was taught early on that they were dangerous. The one who taught her this was Celine, the woman who raised her. Again and again, Rumi was told to hide her marks and suppress her abilities. She was made to believe that her demon side was something shameful, something that could hurt others if revealed. Growing up like this forced her to act normal every single day, even when it went against who she truly was. This belief followed her into adulthood. At Huntrix, Rumi works harder than anyone else. While Mira and Zoey rest, Rumi keeps training. Even when her body is exhausted, she pushes herself further. This is not just dedication. It is the result of years of feeling like she must earn the right to exist. The healer Han notices this immediately. With Rumi, he sees strong mental walls. These barriers are so solid that even magic cannot pass through them. Walls like these are not built overnight. They are formed slowly, year after year, to protect someone from deep emotional pain. Many people think Rumi is simply disciplined or ambitious. But this is what childhood trauma looks like later in life. She is not chasing perfection. She is trying to prove that she is not a mistake. Every time she trains until her voice hurts, every time she refuses to rest, she is trying to show that she deserves to be here. Her fear becomes clear when her secret is revealed during a performance. Mira and Zoey are shocked, but they do not reject her. They do not attack her or walk away. This raises an important question. If her friends can accept her demon side, why did Rumi spend her entire life hiding it? The answer lies in the past. Celine's fear did not come from hatred alone. It came from loss. Rumi's mother was a sunlight sister, a demon hunter who fought alongside Celine. They were close, like family. But Rumi's mother fell in love with a demon. In the world of demon hunting, this was unforgivable. When the truth came out, trust within the Sunlight Sisters collapsed. The group broke apart, and in the chaos that followed, Rumi's mother died. Celine never explained this clearly. She only said they lost her, never how or why. But the truth is that loving a demon destroyed everything she cared about. Because of this, Celine believed demon blood only leads to tragedy. Every time she looked at Rumi's marks, she was reminded of the sister she lost. Without meaning to, she taught Rumi to blame herself. Rumi grew up believing that her demon side was the reason her mother died. This belief shaped everything she became. She trained, obsessively, worked endlessly, and tried to be perfect. She wanted to prove that demons were not evil, that her mother's choice was not wrong, and that she herself deserved to live. Rumi's voice begins to fade because she has spent her life silencing herself. She hid her scars, suppressed her power, and denied half of who she was. The more she tried to erase her demon side, the weaker her voice became. Everything changes when she meets Gu, a demon who still has humanity. Through him, Rumi realizes that loving a demon does not make someone evil. Her mother's choice was not a betrayal, it was human. In the final battle, when Rumi accepts her demon side instead of rejecting it, her voice returns stronger than ever. Not because she became more powerful, but because she stopped hating herself. The healer Han was right. Rumi built walls to survive, but those walls did not protect her. They trapped her. Every barrier was built on guilt that was never hers to carry. The most tragic part of Rumi's story is not just losing her mother. It is believing for years that her own existence was something she had to apologize for.